everyone, it's Tamsin here at Beginners Quilting Hub. I'm like a kid at Christmas today because I'm starting off the very first video in my very own sew along for my very own quilt pattern. So welcome everybody. I'm incredibly excited to be sewing along with you to make the Winter Berry Lane Quilt. Now, I released a video a week ago, which was kind of a welcome kickstart video, a little prep that you could get ahead with if you wanted to. So if this is your first time seeing this, maybe you want to go back and watch that video first or after this one, and it just kind of walks you through what we're going to be doing, how it's going to be working, and the kind of prep that you need and the tools that you might want to grab. So our plan together for the next kind of 6 or 7 weeks is to sew the entire quilt top to give you plenty of time before Christmas to get it quilted and bound and all that good stuff, ready to snuggle under on Christmas Day with any luck. Alternatively, you might just be having a snoop and listening and watching along what we're doing and thinking about maybe making the quilt in the future. Whatever you're choosing to do, welcome, hi, and thank you so much for being here. Now, the plan is for this week and for the next couple of weeks is to make 5 blocks a week. Now that sounds like a lot, but these blocks, if we do this right, we're going to make 5 blocks that are the same each week. So you can chain piece into your heart's content and actually just churn these blocks out quite quickly. And I think once you've made one of each, you'll realise they're actually quite simple to put together, and a lot of it is in the colour placement. It's 5 blocks. Each block is a 12-inch finished block. So we've got a nice big size that we're working with, nice big squares and rectangles that we're going to be piecing together. I'm going to start the quilt along with the Mistletoe Kiss block. So that's this block here in your pattern. If you haven't got your pattern yet, I'll drop the link in the description box so you can go and grab that from my website now. But the first block we're going to be making is this one, the Mistletoe Kiss block. Now both of the blocks are beginner friendly, and I've written the pattern. You know me, they're incredibly detailed. So you've got lots of steps to follow one by one and make your quilt blocks. But out of the 2, I would recommend starting with the Mistletoe Kiss block. So let's start off nice and simply and do that one first. We're going to be making 5 of these this week. You need to make 15 in total. So if you feel like you're on a roll this week, just keep going, and there's 15 in total to make. Now I have jumped ahead and I've cut the fabric for the first 5 blocks. And I did notice that in the pattern, for those of you that grab the pattern kind of early on, you might notice there's a slight error in the cutting requirements for the Mistletoe Kiss block, and I've actually asked you to cut 6 white squares for this block, and you don't need them. You actually need those for the next quilt block. So if you've cut them, just pop them to one side and we'll use them later on in the quilt along. But if you haven't cut them yet, don't worry, you don't need to add those on. And I've added a fresh copy with all the with a little edit in it to your account on my website. So if you want to go and print a fresh copy or just print that page out again so that you've got everything accurate, it's there waiting for you right now. So for this block, you should have 5 different sizes of fabric cut. You should have your central square. Now I know you're going to be choosing your own colours, but this is the centre square, and you've then got your smaller squares. So you should have a nice pile of those. You've then got the smallest of the rectangles, the medium-sized rectangles, and the long strips of rectangles. So you should have 5 different cuts of fabric in front of you ready to sew. We are going to dive over to my sewing machine next, and I'm going to show you a quick way of putting this block together. So let's go. So let's sew this quilt block together, shall we? Now I'm going to lay my pieces out over here. I'm going to take 2 of my longest strips and I'm going to sew squares. I'm already covered in fabric. I'm going to sew squares to either end of these. I'm going to take 2 of the next size down rectangles. So I've got 2 of those, and I'm going to sew a square to each side of those. I'm then going to take the smallest of the rectangles and I'm going to sew a square to the end of each of those. We're then going to deal with that centre panel. But let's do these first. And you can actually do this by chain piecing to save you kind of doing them one by one. So what I'm going to do is have a little production line. I'm going to take my longest pieces and I'm going to pop the square on, and I'm going to sew with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and I'm going to attach a square to the end of that long strip. Now I'm not going to cut the thread once I've finished sewing that piece. I'm just going to keep going, and this is called chain piecing. So I'm going to take the second piece and I'm going to add the square to one end. So at the moment we're just sewing our squares to one end of each of these strips. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take it out and we're going to repeat the same down the other side. And you'll see how quickly this comes together. Pop it on. And I want you to take your time making sure that your square is really well lined up on all three edges of your rectangle. Okay, so I'm going to cut my thread now and I'm going to show you what we've done so far. We've kind of got this little bunting. Oh, there we go. So we've got like a little bunting row. So there you go. So that's a square sewn to one side, and I'm not trimming that little bit of thread that's holding them all together. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the end that I've just sewn, and I'm going to work my way back along and add the red squares to the end of all the strips on the other side. I've got all my pieces, so all I'm going to do now is I'm going to snip them all apart. So I'm just going to carefully snip the thread in between each one to release all of my little units that I've made. Oh, that was close. And then we're going to work on our centerpiece, because we need to do the same again, but with rectangles this time. So you should have two longer strips, two of the slightly shorter rectangles, again with the squares sewn to either end, and then two of the smaller rectangles with the little squares on the end. So that's what we've done so far. I'm going to throw these up here on my little ironing board. For making the centre panel is we're just going to add two rectangles, making sure I've got them the right way around, to either side, and that is going to form the first part of that central square. And all we're going to do now is we're going to press all of our seams open. Now I know some of you have preferences around pressing, and if you want to press to the dark side, then you absolutely can. Whatever you feel more comfortable with. I have always been a press open kind of girl, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. The only time that I do tend to nest or press my seams to one way is when I actually attach my blocks together. So these should be laying really nice and flat. So now the fun part, when we're going to start actually putting our block together. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this centre piece and we're going to add the little rectangles with the squares on the end to either side to form our centre square. Now, if you want to pin, go ahead and pin. I'm just going to pop mine through. And we're just making extra care to make sure that all our seams are laying flat and that we're getting them as accurate as we can. And then we're going to do the same with, and it doesn't hurt to just flip your piece over and just make sure that everything is laying flat on the back as well. And then we're just going to whip that through. So that's one side. And then we're just going to repeat the exact same on the other side with the other rectangle. Make sure that your seams are sitting right on top of each other. And that's our first part of our quilt block finished. So I'm going to press these seams open and then we'll attach the next round. Right, so we've given this a good press. Tell me why I like looking at the back of quilt blocks as much as I do like looking at the front as I'm sewing them. But there we go. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our two kind of next size up rectangles and we're going to attach them to either side. So we're always attaching the rectangle without the squares on first, and then we're going to add the square second. So, and again, just making sure everything lines up, everything lays flat, and whip it through your sewing machine. Now once you've added those on, you do need to press them open because you want this to be the true size here for when you add your next part. So I'm just going to press these seams open as well, and then we can add the top part, and then it is just rinse and repeat for the final round. We do want to pay extra special care and attention when we're lining these up, because what we don't want is them to be too off. They're never going to be absolutely 100% perfect, but try and get them as accurate as you can. And I do keep double checking them as I'm sewing along to make sure that my seams are laying kind of as close to it as I can get. There we go. And I kind of keep my finger on it until my sewing needle gets to it, and then move my finger out of the way. Is I'm going to repeat that. I'm going to add the white strips to either side, and then add the white strips with the red squares on the other two sides, and before you know it, the mistletoe quilt block will have come to life. And before you know it, the mistletoe quilt block will have come to life. Here it is. Now I'm going to give it a little square up just to kind of get rid of any loose threads or anything like that running around the edge. Your block should measure 12.5 by 12.5 right now. So I'm just going to trim off all of those little excess bits of thread just to keep our edges nice and crisp. And then I will probably give it one more press to make sure that everything is laying nice and super flat. Get rid of all our little bits and pieces and pop those in the bin. There we go. Look, I've got thread all over me. There you go. First block complete. So our assignment this week for the sew along is to make 5 of these blocks. Chain piece as much as you possibly can to make the job quicker and easier and to save as much thread and time as you can. If you haven't joined my Facebook group, it's also called Beginners Quilting Hub. I would love you to come and join us. It's such a friendly community, and I will pop the link in the description box below because I really do think you should come in and join it if you're not already in there. Now, I have popped a post in the Facebook group this evening at roughly about the same time as this video is going live, and I want you just to come in to that thread and just say hi and maybe share with us the fabrics that you're going to be using. And if you've jumped ahead and you've made any quilt blocks already, show us some pictures of those as well, and let's really share some inspiration. I will share a copy of this, and I may also make another couple, so we'll see. I might add more than one. But every Sunday, around about the same time as the video releases, and I will be aiming for between 6 and 7 p.m. on a Sunday. That is British Standard Time, so work that out wherever you are to figure out what time you can see the video. But I'll be aiming to post a video every week, just showing you what I've got, how far I've got, and maybe some pictures of others if I get any of those coming through as well. And then in a couple of weeks' time, we'll do a little tutorial for the next block, which is the holly berry block. So let's get a few of these under our belt first, and then I'll drop a video showing you how to make the second block before we then attempt to put all of our pieces together and to make our quilt top. So join the Facebook group, check for that post every Sunday, and we're going to be sharing in there how we've got on and what's going to be going on that week. And catch the video. You can hit subscribe and hit that notifications bell so that you get alerted whenever the video drops on a Sunday evening. We've done it. We've completed the first block. I hope you've had fun. Be sure to drop in the comments that you're joining in, what you think about the block. Let me know what fabrics you're using. Come and join the Facebook group and add some photos in there for me to see. And I'll see you in the next video. Be good, and I'll see you soon.